Vande Sambhumumapatim Suragurum Vande Jagatkaranam Vande Pannagabhushanam Sisidaram Vande Pasunam Patim Vande Surya Shashanka Vanninayanam Vande Mukunda Priyam Vande Bhaktajana Asrayancha Varadam Vande Bhaktajana Asrayancha Varadam Vande Shivam Shankaram. Esteemed elders and my dear friends, I am glad I am given the wonderful topic on Swami Vivekananda to speak about. I am especially grateful to our host, Sri Reddy ji, for the wonderful topic he has chosen first. Normally, we speak of leaders. We don't speak of servant leaders. Therefore, the very title, quintessence of the servant leadership, is something unique. Now, I would like to start with a few exclamations. Can there be a mother without being a daughter? Can there be a father without being a son? Can there be a mother-in-law without being a daughter-in-law? Can there be a father-in-law without being a son-in-law? Can there be a teacher without being a student? Can there be a master without being a disciple? Impossible. Now, who is a disciple? A disciple is one who is disciplined. Discipline is the basis. Disciple is the first requirement. And it is only a disciple who becomes the master. It is only a follower who becomes the leader. Why should there be this first step? Maybe daughter, maybe son, maybe student, maybe disciple. It is the foundation. Swami Vivekananda is of the firm opinion that we should first learn to be obedient. Before we try to become masters, we should first become the disciples. What is it that makes a disciple? It is discipline. And when I use the word discipline, what is its significance? Discipline is threefold. Discipline of place, discipline of time, discipline of procedure. These three disciplines make a good disciple. What is meant by discipline of place? Have a place for everything. Have everything in its place physically. To put it in the simplest words, our houses will be beautiful. Our houses will be clean and tidy if each object in the house has a specific space allotted to it. Then, even in the night, in the darkness, we will be in a position to take the required object for use. Same thing, you take it to the mind. Mind is to be compartmentalized. Each section of the mind should be given the appropriate subject, and then it will be easy for administration, management, and leadership. Swami Vivekananda himself is a very good disciple, highly disciplined. so is his master Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. It is the discipline of place. Have a place for everything in the physical world, in the psychological world, so that it will be very easy for implementation of the thoughts, work of the objects. Next is discipline of time. Have a time for everything. Have everything performed in its time. To put it in other words, punctuality. If we are to be precise, if we are to be punctual, everything happens very systematically. Swami Vivekananda was a very systematic person. He would take the classes to brahmacharis, and he would be the first to wake up early in the morning and ring the bell for the class. He is himself a great disciple, a person of self-discipline, and hence he is able to become a disciplinarian. The second aspect of discipline is discipline of time. The third one is discipline of procedure. For everything, there is a prescribed procedure. To write a complaint to the police, there is a procedure. To write a leave letter, there is a procedure which we learn in 9th standard, 8th standard. As I am suffering from leave, please grant me fever, we don't write. As we are suffering from leave, please grant, as we are suffering from fever, please grant leave. From, to, etc. There is a procedure. In the court, there is a procedure. To submit the PhD thesis, there is a procedure. To deliver a lecture, there is a procedure. For the spiritual sadhana, there is a procedure. And Sri Kanyevadhikaras, if you follow the procedure, you need not think of the fruit. Take care of the means, ends will take care of themselves. This threefold discipline makes a disciple. The first point when we take up servant leadership is one should be a disciple. In the sense, one should be disciplined. In the sense, have a place for everything, have everything in its place, physically, mentally. And then have a time for everything, have everything in its time. Number 3, have a procedure for everything, have everything performed according to the procedure. What is the result? We will make excellent masters, very good leaders. 3 types of leaders we find in society. First type of leader is one who accommodates evil. In this society, there is evil, whether we like it or not. Evil does exist. In every person, there is a combination of good and evil. In every society, there is a combination of good and evil. A disciplined person will have first type of leadership, and that is accommodate the evil. Swami Vivekananda, while speaking about Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, sings a beautiful Sanskrit stanza, Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma swarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. As a servant leader, Swami Vivekananda is a dasa of the master Sri Ramakrishna, and he speaks of Sri Ramakrishna in this particular stanza. Avatara Varishtaya. Varishta means greatest, best. Among the avatars, Sri Ramakrishna is chosen to be the best. We cannot describe all the avatars here. The earlier avatars are Sri Rama and Sri Krishna. Now we find Sri Ramakrishna. I was making a reference to the leadership quality. Sri Ramachandra Prabhu is a leader. And what is his policy? What is his principle? His principle is, let me submit to the policy of accommodate the evil as long as we can, until it becomes dangerous, until it becomes disastrous. To put it in other words, don't go to surgery immediately. Try with the pills, try with the capsules, try with the injection. When everything fails, then only you go to surgery. In the Ramayana, Vishwamitra Maharshi took Sri Ramachandra Prabhu to Mithila. The first purpose is to protect the yajna. Vishwamitra there is the master. Ramachandra Prabhu is the disciple. The master has asked the disciple to do away with Tataki, the demoness. And this servant leader Sri Rama asks the master, Master, you say it's a woman. You ask me to kill. Is it proper? Is it appropriate? Can we not accommodate the evil? See, a servant first will approach the master for the permission so that his action is righteous. That is servant leadership. We are not sure whether we are correct. We are not sure whether we are righteous. We are not sure whether our egoism is properly being guided. Therefore, the first type of leader is always very, very cautious, accommodate the evil. Sri Ramachandra Prabhu did not immediately kill even Ravana. Ravana came to the battlefield. He was trying to fight. Rama removed his chariot, charioteer, weapons, crown, etc. Crestfallen, Ravana was standing alone on the battlefield. Sri Rama could have immediately killed him. No. He was humble. He was modest. He was disciplined. He was a humanitarian. Therefore, he waited for the readiness of the person, Ravana, gave him an opportunity, asked him to go back. Go today. Be in your palace. Spend your time with your wife. Consult. Come back, either reformed or with renewed vigor to fight. This is the modest leadership, humanitarian leadership, kind-hearted leadership to accommodate the evil. He tried his best to reform everybody. He did not immediately take to the surgical ways. And we know the story. The second type of leadership is master leader. And that master leader is Sri Krishna. He does not consult anybody. He does not take anybody's permission. He does not wait for any readiness. Right from the 6th day onwards, he went on removing the evil. eliminate the evil is the second type of leadership. Master leader is Sri Krishna. Sixth day, Putana came. Sri Krishna looked at her, immediately decided, eliminate the evil. If you study the life of Krishna, right from the sixth day till the end of his life, he went on eliminating the evil. When he was tired of eliminating the evil, he made his subordinates, friends, assistants to eliminate the evil. Arjuna, Kurukshetra Sangrama, Bhuvaram has been reduced. Kalosmi lokakshayakrut pravurtho lokan samahartumiha pravurtaha nimittamatram bhava SVYASA. You Arjun, you are after all an instrument. You are only an instrument. I do it. That is master leadership. Need not consult anybody. Would take the decision. Now we come to the third type of leadership, and that is Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Rama's leadership quality is accommodate the evil as long as you can accommodate. When it is impossible to spare, when it is most disastrous to everybody, when it is dangerous, then you take the surgical ways, eliminate the evil. That too with all humility, with all modesty, for want of an alternative. There is no likelihood of a sin being accrued or your ego being developed. But in the case of Krishna, he is Yogishvara. He has no ego at all. He has only divinity. There is no need for him to be modest or humble. He has come on earth only as this Purna Avatara, and the master leader he is. He is never in the making like Sri Rama or somebody else. When we come to Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, his leadership is servant leader. That is the reason why Swami Vivekananda imbibed the servant leadership. I am the Das of Mother Kali. I am the servant of Mother Kali. I am here only to do what I am instructed to do. Ma is the embodiment of prema. Goddess is the embodiment of prema, and I should be the embodiment of prema love. Therefore, Sri Ramakrishna's servant leadership is assimilate the evil. I have tried to give three leaderships. One is accommodate the evil as long as you can. Number two, eliminate the evil even in its bud. In the initial stages itself, don't allow it to crop up. Don't allow it to grow. The third one is make yourself an ocean of love. You are dasa. This is the Visishtadvaitic concept. Srimad Ramanuja's concept. This is a Bhakta's concept. This is an endearing concept. Sri Ramakrishna's leadership is assimilate the evil. Example, Girish Chandra Ghosh, according to Sri Ramakrishna mission circles, is a wholesale sinner. This wholesale sinner, Girish, did not want to go to hell. He wanted to go to heaven. He was searching for a person who would give him the passport or visa to Swarga. He came to know that there was Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa at Dakshineshwar. He proceeded to him, expressed his difficulty, announced his desire, and requested Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa to do what is necessary to make him admitted in the Swarga. Sri Ramakrishna said, early in the morning, impossible. I am not a person to wake up early in the morning. I have never seen the sunrise. I do not know where I wake up, when I wake up, by who, from whose side I wake up. Then don't worry. Before taking food, under what conditions I will be taking food, I cannot say. Just before going to bed, think of Ram, think of Shiva, think of your Ishta Devata. Then Girish said, no, impossible. Abundant is the love of Sri Ramakrishna, a servant's love to Mother Kali, a servant's love to the society, a servant's love to everybody. It is unflinching devotion to see that everybody is happy. And therefore Sri Ramakrishna said beautifully, my dear Girish, I give you the way. Whenever you remember me, if at all you remember me, remembering me, whatever you are engaged in, offer it mentally to me. That's what I am doing to Mother. There lies the servant leadership. I am myself a dasa. I am myself a son. I am myself a disciple. And I can give you my own example. You now want to go to Swarga. You do not want to do anything necessary for it. Now I give you the simplest way. If at all you remember me, at the time of remembering me, whatever action you are engaged in, offer that action mentally to me. Arpanam, Sivarpanam, Krishnarpanam, Brahmarpanam, Ramakrishnarpanam. That's what I am doing. This is the servant leadership. Yet same thing is approved by Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Yat karoshi, yad asnasi, yad zuhoshi, tadasiyat, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. How beautiful is the parallel. Sri Ramakrishna says, offer it mentally to me if at all you remember me. Sri Krishna Paramatma tells Arjun, yat karoshi, whatever you do, whatever you drink, whatever you eat, yat karoshi, yad asnasi, yad zuhoshi, tadasiyati, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, whatever tapas you make, offer it mentally to me. This is the highest of servant leadership. I have come up by following this principle of arpanam. Arpanam is surrender. And the entire Bhagavad Gita ends, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Mama maya duratyaya mam eva prapadyante maya metam tarantite. This is submission, offering, arpana psychology. This is what is the leadership quality. When we take the independence struggle into consideration, we have had many leaders. Gandhiji was one leader. Balagangadhar Tilak was one leader. Gopal Krishna Gokhale was leader. Subhash Chandra Bose was one leader. What was their attitude towards the motherland? Mahatma Gandhi looked at motherland as his daughter. I cannot bear to see my daughter being humiliated. That's one attitude. You find Balagangadhar Tilak. I am a soldier. I am a subordinate to the Mother Queen India. One attitude. You find Subhash Chandra Bose. My mother is the commander-in-chief. I am the brigadier, major general. Another attitude. When you come to Gopal Krishna Gokhale, it is servants of India society. I am the servant of the motherland. You feel the strength. You feel the love for your mother. Directly or indirectly, all the patriots have entertained that servant attitude to the great motherland. Therefore, they were able to strive and come up. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa always entertained that servant leadership. He was always modest. Bhairava Brahmani came, Totapuri came, Ramlala came. Bhairava Brahmani described the qualities of divinity, and she called all the great scholars of that time, described the divine qualities, and presented Sri Ramakrishna as a person having all those qualities. When all the Pandits accepted, Sri Ramakrishna simply said, I am happy, I am no more to be taken as a madman. Humility. If we take the quality of a boss, there is every possibility of our ego coming to the surface. It may spoil the activity. Therefore, Sri Ramakrishna himself is a person of servant leadership. What is the major quality of a servant leader? He does not take the credit for the success. He gives the credit of success to the master. If Swami Vivekananda was not to speak about his master, we would not have known the greatness of his master. Everywhere he was making the glorification of his master. Same is the case with Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. If we go to the Ramayana textbook, we find the favorite of Swami Vivekananda. The most favorite person of Swami Vivekananda was Anjaneya Swami. Anjaneya was a person who was Hello, sir. Hello.
We can hear you, sir. Please talk.
Okay. Anjaneya Swami is of Dasa Bhakti. He's the greatest leader. Mahavir. Swami Vivekananda used to make a reference to Anjaneya Swami as Mahavir. Actually, in the childhood of Swami Vivekananda, there was a conversation. Who is more useful to society? Is it a householder or is it a brahmachari? Is it a servant or is it a master? Earlier, because of Bhuvaneshwari Devi's instruction, Vivekananda as Narendranath was worshipping Ram. Ram was a householder, Ram was a master. That was how he was projected. Therefore, in the conversation, Swami Vivekananda said, a householder is more useful to society. The other person said, on what basis do you say it? On the basis of the Ramayana. Think well, in the same book, in the same Ramayana, in the same epic, there is yet another character called Anjaneya Swami. He is not a master and he is not a householder. He is a brahmachari and he is a servant. Whose contribution do you think is more in the text? If Sri Ramachandra Prabhu has done remarkable deeds, if he has killed Ravana, if he has killed Vali, if he has killed so many Rakshasas, we may say it is all because of his selfish purpose. It is all because to get back his wife Sri Sita Devi. But when you take the contribution of Anjaneya, the credit is given by Anjaneya to Ram, number one. And there is nothing in him to expect in return. You take one by one all the great deeds that Anjaneya did. He saved Sri Ramachandra Prabhu himself on the battlefield. He saved the entire Vanara army. He saved Sita Devi prevented Sita Devi from committing suicide. On the way back, he went in advance and prevented Bharata from entering into the fire. You try to see the contribution of Anjaneya in the Ramayana. His contribution is multi-fold, manifold, thousands of times more, right from the time he entered the Ramayana till the great Pattabhisheka. The entire Ramayana was run by Sri Anjaneya Swami. And who is he? Servant. What is his place? At the feet of Sri Ramachandra Prabhu. Dasa. What is the advantage? When we feel we are the servants of India, when we feel we are the servants of the society, when we feel we are the servants of God, we will be doing remarkable deeds without ever growing our egoism. Number one, we train ourselves in discipline. Number two, we will be disciplined and we will never allow egoism to creep into us. And finally, our contribution will be immense. Swami Vivekananda went to the West. He came back, brought money. On the 26th of January, 1897, he landed at Rameswaram. And what was his approach to the motherland? He jumped from the boat. He fell flat on the motherland's lap, took the sand or soil from the land, poured it on his head. And people asked, "You are like an eccentric person, sir." He said, "Before I left India, India was worshipped. Now I find every particle of India is my mother. It's thousands of mothers equivalent to this motherland. I am her son. When I make myself the son of the motherland, what is the satisfaction? What is the greatest contribution? That humility, that modesty, dasoham." When he went to Calcutta back, the money was handed over to Swami Brahmananda. He felt a sigh of relief. He felt his burden was over. When we do remarkable deeds, there is a likelihood of the ego coming up to the surface. And to restrict that, the path of Anjaneya, the path of Sri Ramachandra Prabhu. Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, on the eve of his departure to the forest, went to Mother Kausalya, fell at her feet. "Ma, as per the wish of father, I am proceeding to the forest. Please bless me." And Mother Kausalya there says, "Yam palayasi dharmam tvam, dhrutva cha niyamena cha, savai raghava shardula, dharmaha tvam abhirakshatu." My dear son Ram, that dharma which you have been observing methodically, which you have been observing sincerely, let that dharma protect you. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. There, individual is a subordinate to dharma. Individual is a disciple to dharma. Individual submits to dharma. That is the key sentence in the Ramayana. Yam palayasi dharmam tvam dhritva cha niyamena cha savai raghava shardula dharmaha tvam abhirakshatu. Always we make ourselves obedient to dharma, subservient to the master, faithful to the society, sincere to the job. This is the highest leadership. Coming to the present situation, the Prime Minister of India says, I am the watchman of the land. I am the gatekeeper. What an amount of humility and the responsibility. Therefore, the quintessence of servant leadership is not only physical, not only sociological, but also spiritual. Dasoham, tavadasoham. Soham may lead to egoism. Dasoham gives you the benefits of spirituality without ever allowing the ego to crop up. When we take Swami Vivekananda's study, let us try to learn from him. First thing, to be a disciple, to be disciplined, to be modest, and at the same time, be a leader so that the colleagues do not feel the distance. We carry the people with us. We walk along with. We revive the ancient culture. There can be a renaissance. There can be the glorification of our success. May we all, in the footprints of Swami Vivekananda, imbibe the spirit of servant leadership so that our contribution to the country, our contribution to the society be the highest. Hari Om, that's it. Thank you very much. God bless all.